To understand the media reaction to Pearl Harbor, you actually have to get back to the media environment of the early 1940s. Newspapers were still huge, and in fact, often when we think about Pearl Harbor, we think about the large block type on the front page the next day. The media landscape has changed so much in the last 80 years. Of course, the news coverage is 24/7. It's dominated by video, often live video that they did not have in 1941. And then there's also social media, and it just means that the velocity of history is so much greater today that we experience these things in a completely different fashion. I think it's wonderful that we have these many channels. But on the other hand, I think we can see that this expansion of media and the way that we encounter today's events has led indeed to polarization and other forms of strife. Now, that's not to say that a monolithic media environment was completely positive. There were tens of thousands of Japanese Americans who were incarcerated against their will. In today's media environment, you could have a great deal more coverage from multiple sources of what was going on that would include, in fact, these truly tragic events that followed right here in the United States that received a lot less coverage than they really should have. One of the great things about looking at archives is that you get a multiplicity of stories about the event itself. Right here, right around me, are in fact photographs, and narratives, and diaries, and the stuff of history itself. And I think you just get a completely different and much more vivid and rich sense of a historical event by looking right at these primary sources and by deciding yourself about what that narrative really should be about the events of the past.